in terms of what these three levels of practitioners are seeking to overcome, there are three levels of suffering. 1. Outright physical and mental pain, from headaches to back pain to sore feelings. 2. Suffering from change. Most ordinary pleasures are based on relief from pain. For example, when you sit down after walking too long. These are not pleasurable in and of themselves. However, we mistake these temporary pleasures as having an inner nature of pleasure. If sitting down really had an inner nature of comfort, then the longer we sat, the more comfortable we should feel. Instead, what was at first pleasant becomes painful. Can you think of a pleasurable experience that, if overindulged, does not turn into pain? When we begin to partake of our usual pleasures, like eating, drinking, or making pleasant conversation, they seem enjoyable and satisfying. But if we keep engaging in them continuously, they become annoying or downright painful. In the end, ordinary pleasurable feelings fade. They are unstable. As Aryadeva says in his text, 400 stanzas, pleasure, when prolonged, is seen to change into pain. Pain, when prolonged, does not likewise change into pleasure. So if you think about it, you can see that ordinary pleasures have an underlying nature of misery. This means you should not be satisfied with them. 3. The suffering of pervasive conditioning. This refers to the fact that our minds and bodies operate under the influence of destructive emotions such as lust and hatred, and under the influence of actions, karma, such as stealing and murder, driven by those destructive emotions. Even neutral states of feeling, which are neither pleasure nor pain, are under the influence of causes and conditions beyond our control. This is the root of all levels of pain. As the great sage Tsongkhapa says, in the same way that someone bearing a heavy burden cannot be happy as long as the burden must be borne, you too will suffer as long as you carry the burden of a mind-body complex appropriated through afflictive emotions and karmas driven by them. Though you have occasional moments when painful feeling is absent, because the mind-body complex is firmly embedded in the dysfunctional tendencies of suffering and afflictive emotions, the suffering of pervasive conditioning is still present, and therefore myriad sufferings are just on the verge of arising in countless ways. Since the suffering of such conditionality pervades all pain and is the root of the other two types of suffering, meditate on it often in order to become disenchanted with it.